Welcome to your deep dive into the future of tech.
That's right.
We're going to be taking a look at McKinsey and Company's Technology Trends Outlook 2024 report.
Yes.
It analyzes 15 major trends, drawing on insights from over 1,000 global respondents.
Yes.
And a mountain of data, really.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible.
Our mission today is to equip you with the knowledge about these trends, their potential impact, and what they mean for you.
Absolutely.
So,
Yeah.
jumping right in, it's interesting to note that even though 2023 was a tough year for the tech industry, with investments dropping 30 to 40% to about $570 billion.
Yes. It was a pretty rough year.
The long-term optimism is still there.
That's right. Yeah, the long-term optimism definitely persists.
So where are they putting their money?
Well, that's a great question.
What's the hot ticket item in this cautious landscape?
One area that's absolutely exploding is generative AI.
Okay.
Or Gen AI, as it's commonly called.
Gen AI.
Yeah. In fact, investment in this field increased sevenfold in the past year, which shows you just how much potential people see in it.
Sevenfold.
Sevenfold. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so clearly not just hype.
No, not at all.
But what's driving that excitement? What makes Gen AI so special?
Well, Gen AI is about so much more than just chatbots.
Okay.
The report emphasizes that it's already being used by a whopping 65% of organizations in at least one business function.
Wow.
And we're talking about a potential annual economic impact of $2.6 trillion to $4.4 trillion.
Okay, those numbers are staggering.
Yeah, they're big numbers.
But how exactly is that value being created? Where should our listeners be looking to see this impact?
Well, one key area is productivity.
Okay.
Imagine tasks like writing reports, generating code, or even creating marketing materials becoming significantly faster and more efficient. Gen AI is poised to automate these types of tasks, freeing up human workers to focus on higher-level thinking and creativity.
That has huge implications for the way we work.
Absolutely. It really changes things.
What else is driving that multi-trillion-dollar figure?
Well, personalization is another massive opportunity.
Yeah.
Gen AI can analyze vast amounts of data to tailor products, services, and experiences to individual preferences.
Okay.
This could revolutionize everything from online shopping to healthcare to entertainment.
It sounds like Gen AI is on track to reshape our entire digital world.
It really does have that potential.
But with all this talk about trillions of dollars, it's easy to get lost in the big picture.
Yeah.
What are some specific examples of the latest developments in Gen AI?
Sure. So we're seeing amazing progress in multimodal models,
Okay.
which can handle text, images, audio, and even video.
Wow.
Google's Gemini, for example, is a cutting-edge model that can seamlessly switch between these different formats, opening up incredible creative possibilities.
That's a big leap from the text-based models we've been hearing about.
It really is.
What else is happening in the Gen AI landscape?
Well, another interesting development is the rise of open-source models, which are challenging the dominance of closed-source platforms. This allows for wider access to the technology and encourages collaboration and innovation.
So does this mean that smaller companies and individuals can now compete with the tech giants in the Gen AI arena?
That's the potential. Yeah, open-source models create a more level playing field, allowing for faster innovation and experimentation.
Interesting.
The report also highlights the expanding context window for natural language processing,
Okay.
meaning AI models can understand and process more information at once.
So what does that mean in practical terms?
Sure.
How does a larger context window affect the way we interact with AI?
Well, imagine being able to have much more nuanced and complex conversations with AI assistants, or getting much more accurate and insightful responses to your queries. A larger context window allows the AI to take into account more information, leading to more sophisticated interaction.
Okay, that makes sense. But even with all these advancements, there must be some challenges.
Of course.
The report mentioned some key uncertainties surrounding Gen AI.
Yes.
What should our listeners be aware of?
Well, one major concern is cybersecurity. As Gen AI models become more powerful, the potential for misuse also grows.
Right.
Organizations need to be proactive in developing robust cybersecurity strategies to protect against malicious attacks and data breaches.
Cybersecurity is always a concern, but it seems even more crucial in the age of Gen AI.
Absolutely.
What other uncertainties are highlighted in the report?
Well, another key issue is the accuracy of AI outputs. Gen AI models are trained on massive data sets.
Right.
And if those data sets contain biases or inaccuracies, those biases can be reflected in the AI's outputs.
That makes sense.
It's crucial to remember that AI is a tool, and like any tool, it can be used for good or for ill. It's up to us to guide its development and ensure that it's used responsibly.
It sounds like we're at a pivotal moment in the development of AI,
I think so.
and the choices we make now will have a huge impact on the future. The report emphasizes that Gen AI is at the nexus of demonstrated proof of value, rapid innovation, significant public and private investment, and widespread consumer interest.
That's a really insightful quote.
Yeah.
It perfectly captures the excitement and the gravity of this moment. We've seen what Gen AI can do, and the potential is truly transformative. But it's crucial to proceed with both enthusiasm and caution, ensuring that this technology is used ethically and for the benefit of all.
So we've covered the Gen AI revolution.
Yeah.
But what about the broader landscape of AI? How is this technology being applied in the real world beyond those splashy headlines?
Right. Well, that brings us to applied AI, which is where things get really interesting.
Okay.
The potential economic value here is even larger than for Gen AI, with estimates ranging from $11 trillion to $18 trillion annually.
Wow, those numbers are mind-blowing. So applied AI is even bigger than Gen AI.
In terms of potential economic impact, yes.
Okay.
Applied AI encompasses a wide range of applications, from optimizing business processes to improving healthcare outcomes to developing new materials. Wow.
It's about using AI to solve real-world problems and create tangible value.
So it's not just about cool tech, it's about making a real difference in people's lives.
That's right.
What's driving this massive economic potential? What specific areas are seeing the most impact?
Well, the report highlights the growing use of AI in areas like predictive maintenance,
Okay.
where AI algorithms can analyze data from sensors to predict when equipment is likely to fail. This can prevent costly downtime and improve safety.
That has huge implications for industries like manufacturing, transportation, and energy.
Absolutely, it's a game changer for those industries.
What other examples are there?
Another major area is personalized medicine,
Okay.
where AI can analyze patient data to develop tailored treatment plans and predict individual responses to medications. This has the potential to revolutionize healthcare and improve patient outcomes.
It sounds like applied AI is already making a significant difference across a wide range of sectors.
It really is. And the report found that 67% of survey respondents expect their organizations to invest even more in AI over the next 3 years.
Yeah, that's a really strong vote of confidence.
That's a strong vote of confidence.
Yeah,
But with any new technology, there must be challenges to overcome.
of course.
What are some of the obstacles companies might face as they embrace AI?
Well, one major challenge is transforming organizational culture to fully embrace AI.
Okay.
This means fostering collaboration between data scientists, engineers, and business leaders, and breaking down silos to ensure that everyone is working together effectively.
So it's not just about implementing the technology, it's about changing the way people work and think.
Exactly. It's a cultural shift.
What other challenges should companies be prepared for?
Another hurdle is acquiring and managing large data sets.
Okay.
AI algorithms are data hungry, and feeding them with high-quality information is essential for accurate and effective results.
That makes sense. You
Well,
can't expect AI to make smart decisions if it's working with bad data.
That's right. Garbage in, garbage out, as they say.
What other considerations should companies keep in mind?
Well, building user trust in AI outputs is essential.
Okay.
People need to understand how AI systems work and feel confident that the decisions being made are fair and unbiased.
Transparency is key, especially when AI is being used to make decisions that affect people's lives.
Absolutely.
So it's not just about the technology itself, it's about the human side of AI integration.
It's about the human element, for sure.
Now let's shift gears slightly.
Okay.
Talk about industrializing machine learning.
All right.
Okay, help me understand this. What exactly does it mean to industrialize machine learning?
Sure. So it's all about taking machine learning,
Okay.
which often starts with exciting but small-scale pilot projects, and turning it into a core part of how a business operates.
Okay.
It's about moving from experimentation to reliable, repeatable processes.
So it's about making AI work in the real world day in and day out.
Precisely.
Right.
And there are huge benefits to doing this. The report indicates that industrializing machine learning can cut development costs by up to 40%.
Wow.
And slash production timelines by a factor of 8 to 10.
Those are some serious efficiency gains. Why is this becoming so important now?
Well, one reason is the rise of Gen AI.
Okay.
These models are incredibly complex, and managing their development, deployment, and maintenance requires sophisticated tools and processes. Industrializing machine learning provides that framework.
So it's like building the infrastructure for the AI highway,
Yeah,
making sure everything runs smoothly and efficiently.
a perfect analogy.
Now, an interesting trend here is that while industrializing machine learning is becoming more important,
Yes,
job postings for specific roles in this area actually decreased by 36% in 2023.
that's right.
That seems counterintuitive.
It does seem counterintuitive.
Why would those jobs be disappearing if this field is growing?
It's likely due to a shift towards automation and integration. Companies are starting to incorporate machine learning principles and tools into existing roles rather than creating separate departments.
So it's becoming more embedded in the workflow rather than being a separate specialty.
Exactly. And another key takeaway is that companies are focusing on making their AI solutions work effectively at scale rather than just rushing to develop new applications.
It's about quality over quantity.
Well,
All right, what's next on our technological tour?
let's talk about the future of software development.
And this is something that affects pretty much everyone in the tech world and even beyond.
Yeah, for sure.
What are the big changes happening in the world of coding?
Well, get ready for a major shift.
Yeah.
Gen AI, cloud-native architectures, and AI-powered tools are coming together to completely change how software is built.
It sounds exciting.
Yeah.
But what does it actually mean for developers and the software they create?
It means greater efficiency, faster development cycles, and the ability to create more sophisticated software with fewer resources. We're seeing the rise of AI-powered tools that can automate tasks, suggest code, and even identify potential bugs before they become problems.
So AI is becoming a coding partner, helping developers work smarter and faster.
Exactly like having a really smart assistant.
What are some real-world examples of this new era of coding in action?
Sure. So one cool tool is Tab9,
Okay.
an AI-powered auto-completion system that understands the context of your code and offers suggestions that go beyond basic syntax. It can predict what you're trying to achieve and even suggest entire code blocks, which can significantly speed up development.
That sounds like a huge time saver.
Yeah.
Are there other tools like this that our listeners should be aware of?
Yeah, there are a bunch of them emerging.
Okay.
GitHub Copilot is another popular AI-powered coding assistant that uses machine learning to suggest code completions and even generate entire functions based on natural language descriptions. It's like having a super smart coding buddy who can help you brainstorm and solve problems.
These tools sound incredibly powerful. But even with all this progress, there must be challenges.
Of course, there are always challenges.
What are some of the obstacles that companies might face as they embrace this new era of software development?
Well, one challenge is integration.
Okay.
It can be difficult to incorporate these new AI-powered tools into existing workflows and make sure they work seamlessly with legacy systems.
I imagine it also takes time for developers to adapt to these new tools and learn how to use them effectively.
Absolutely, there's a learning curve for sure.
And there's the question of how to measure the impact of these tools. It's not always easy to quantify the benefits in terms of productivity gains or cost savings.
That's right. It can be tricky to measure.
So it's not just about adopting the technology, it's about understanding how to use it effectively and measuring its impact.
It's about the whole picture.
What other challenges should companies be aware of?
Well, another big question is the legal framework surrounding AI-generated code.
Okay.
Who owns the copyright? Who's liable if something goes wrong? These are issues that still need to be worked out.
It sounds like we're entering uncharted territory, not just technologically, but also legally and ethically.
I think that's a fair assessment.
All right, let's move on to another crucial aspect of the digital world.
Okay.
Trust and security. These are two things that seem to be constantly top of mind in the tech sphere.
Absolutely, they're essential.
So what are some of the key developments happening in the world of digital trust and cybersecurity?
Well, one major trend is the increasing sophistication of cyber attacks.
Okay.
Cyber criminals are constantly finding new ways to exploit vulnerabilities and gain access to sensitive data.
It's like a constant arms race with both the good guys and the bad guys developing ever more sophisticated tools and techniques.
That's a great analogy.
And as AI becomes more powerful, the potential for it to be used for malicious purposes also grows.
Unfortunately, that's true.
We're seeing the emergence of AI-powered cyber attacks that can automate tasks, evade detection, and even learn from their mistakes.
Yeah, it's a bit scary when you think about it.
That's a sobering thought.
It is.
So how can organizations defend themselves against these increasingly sophisticated threats?
Well, one important strategy is to adopt a zero-trust security model,
Okay.
which assumes that no user or device can be trusted by default.
Mm-hmm.
This means implementing multiple layers of security, including multi-factor authentication, data encryption, and network segmentation.
It's about being proactive rather than reactive, assuming that an attack is always imminent.
Exactly. Always be prepared.
What other strategies are companies using to enhance their cybersecurity?
Another trend is the move towards more integrated security platforms.
Uh,
Rather than using a patchwork of different security tools, companies are looking for platforms that can provide a unified view of their security posture and automate key tasks.
So it's about streamlining security operations and making it easier to manage complex security environments.
That's the goal.
And as cybersecurity threats become more sophisticated, we're seeing a growing demand for skilled cybersecurity professionals.
Absolutely. There's a huge talent shortage in this area.
That makes sense. You need experts who can understand the evolving threat landscape and develop effective defenses. Are there any real-world examples that illustrate these trends in cybersecurity?
Sure. So Salesforce, the cloud-based software giant,
Mm-hmm.
has developed something called the Einstein Trust Layer.
Okay.
This system is designed to address security concerns about using large language models,
Okay.
which can be vulnerable to attacks that aim to extract sensitive information or manipulate their outputs.
So it's like a security shield for AI, protecting it from malicious actors.
Exactly.
And another example is Cisco's Trust Portal, a self-service platform that provides customers with transparent access to information about Cisco's security practices and compliance measures.
Right. Transparency is really important.
That's a great way to build trust with customers by being open and transparent about security practices.
It's essential in today's world.
Okay, we've covered a lot of ground so far, from the AI revolution to the future of software development to the evolving landscape of cybersecurity.
Yeah, we've been busy.
It's clear that technology is moving at an incredible pace, and it's shaping our world in profound ways.
It really is a transformative time.
What's coming up next in our exploration of the tech trends shaping 2024?
Well, next we'll dive into the world of advanced connectivity,
Okay.
exploring how advancements in 5G, 6G, and even satellite constellations are changing the way we communicate and transfer data.
It sounds like we're about to enter a new era of hyperconnectivity, where everything and everyone is seamlessly linked. Can't wait to explore this further.
It's going to be fascinating.
But for now, let's take a pause, and we'll be back soon with more insights from McKinsey's Technology Trends Outlook 2024 report.
Sounds good.
Welcome back to our deep dive into the future of tech. Last time we left off talking about the incredible changes happening in software development and cybersecurity. Now let's zoom out and take a look at the bigger picture of connectivity. How is technology breaking down barriers and connecting people, devices, and ideas like never before?
Yeah, it's amazing to think how far we've come from, dial-up to today where, fiber optics, Wi-Fi, 5G, even 6G are becoming the norm. And then, of course, the growing role of satellite constellations,
Right?
bringing connectivity to even the most remote corners of the planet.
Yeah, it sounds like geography is becoming less and less of a barrier in our increasingly connected world. What does this mean for businesses and everyday people like you and me? How is this advanced connectivity changing our lives?
Well, I mean, faster speeds, lower latency are the obvious ones. But, the impact goes much deeper, I think, about remote work, for example.
Okay.
With reliable, high-speed connections, people can work from anywhere, collaborate seamlessly with colleagues across the globe, and access resources that were once limited by location.
That's a huge shift in the way we work.
It is.
And it's already changing the landscape of many industries.
Absolutely.
What about entertainment? How is advanced connectivity changing the way we consume media and experience the world?
We're talking about streaming high-definition videos without a hint of buffering, immersive virtual reality experiences that transport you to other worlds online gaming that feels, incredibly real and responsive.
Sign me up for all of that.
Yeah.
But it's not just about fronting games, right? This technology has serious implications for data-intensive applications as well.
Oh, absolutely. Industries like healthcare, finance, manufacturing rely on vast amounts of data. Advanced connectivity allows them to process and analyze this information in real time, leading to, faster insights, better decision-making, and, overall, a more efficient and productive world.
It's fascinating to see how these advancements are rippling across every aspect of our lives. Are there any specific examples that illustrate how this technology is being applied today? What are some of the companies and initiatives pushing the boundaries of connectivity?
Yeah, there's a company called AST Space Mobile. They're building a direct-to-smartphone connectivity constellation. So essentially, a network of satellites that can provide cellular service directly to your phone no matter where you are on Earth.
Wait, so no more roaming charges when I'm hiking in the Himalayas?
That's the idea.
That's incredible. What else is happening on the 5G front? How are companies leveraging this technology to create new experiences and opportunities?
So Verizon is deploying private 5G networks at major events like the Super Bowl.
Okay.
This allows spectators to share videos, access real-time stats, and connect with friends in a seamless and reliable way, enhancing the entire fan experience.
So 5G is going beyond just faster downloads on our phones.
Yeah.
It's creating immersive and connected experiences in all sorts of new ways.
That's right.
What other innovations are shaping the future of connectivity?
AT&T is collaborating with Ericsson to deploy Open Radio Access Networks, or ORAN.
Okay.
This technology allows for greater interoperability between different parts of the network,
Okay.
which, fosters competition, drives down costs, and ultimately benefits consumers.
So ORAN could mean cheaper data plans or faster rollout of 5G in new areas.
Potentially.
That's a win for everyone. It seems like the future of connectivity is all about pushing boundaries and making the impossible possible.
Now let's shift gears and talk about a technology that's been capturing our imaginations for years. Immersive reality. Is the metaverse finally becoming a reality?
Well, immersive reality has definitely had its ups and downs.
Sure.
Investment in startups decreased by about 50% in 2023, and VR headset sales dipped by 40%.
Oh, wow.
But there's still a lot of excitement in this field, especially with the launch of new headsets like Apple's Vision Pro and Meta's Quest 3.
So it's not the metaverse takeover we were promised just yet, but it's not a total bust either.
Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment.
What's driving the continued interest in immersive reality? What are the applications that are keeping this technology alive?
Well, these new headsets, I think, offer a glimpse into the future of, augmented reality is mixed reality and virtual reality.
They're showcasing the potential for these technologies to completely transform the way we interact with the world, from how we work and learn to how we play and socialize.
Apple's Vision Pro in particular has generated a lot of buzz.
Mm-hmm.
Is it truly a game changer or just another pricey gadget? What makes it so special?
Well, it's definitely a significant step forward.
Okay.
The Vision Pro seamlessly blends digital content with our physical surroundings using, advanced sensors and displays to create a truly immersive experience. It has the potential to revolutionize fields like architecture, medicine, and education, allowing people to visualize and interact with information in completely new ways.
It sounds like we're moving beyond the novelty of VR games and into a world where immersive reality is becoming an integral part of our lives. But it seems like a lot of the development is happening on the enterprise side. Are consumer applications lagging behind?
Well, that's a common pattern with emerging technologies, Businesses are often quicker to adopt innovations that can boost productivity and efficiency, while consumers tend to wait for the technology to mature and become more affordable and accessible.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So what are some of the exciting developments in the immersive reality space that are worth keeping an eye on? Where is this technology headed next?
Well, one interesting trend is the expansion of virtual worlds beyond gaming.
Yeah.
Platforms like Roblox and Fortnite are hosting virtual concerts, fashion shows, educational events, blurring the lines between, entertainment, social interaction, and real-world experiences.
It's like the lines between the physical and digital worlds are starting to blur, and immersive reality is bridging that gap. What else is happening in the enterprise space?
Digital twin technology is gaining traction in industries like manufacturing, construction, and energy.
Okay.
This involves creating virtual replicas of physical objects, processes, or environments, which can be used for simulation analysis and optimization.
Digital twins. That sounds like something straight out of science fiction. Can you give me an example of how this technology is being used in the real world?
Sure. So imagine a digital twin of a wind turbine.
Okay.
Sensors on the physical turbine collect data on wind speed, temperature, vibration, and other factors. This data is fed into the digital twin, creating a real-time simulation of the turbine's performance.
So it's like having X-ray vision into the inner workings of the machine.
Exactly. Engineers can use this digital twin to monitor performance, identify potential problems before they occur, and optimize operations, all without having to physically inspect the turbine.
That's incredibly powerful. Are there any other examples of immersive reality in action that our listeners might be interested in? What companies are leading the charge in this space?
So Disney has invested a staggering $1.5 billion in Epic Games, the creator of Fortnite, to build a new virtual entertainment universe.
Wow. Disney jumping into the metaverse in a big way. What does that look like? What can Disney fans expect from this new virtual world?
Well, the vision is to create a world where people can interact with Disney characters, stories, and products in a deeply immersive and engaging way.
Okay.
Virtual theme parks, interactive storytelling experiences, and even virtual shopping malls where you can buy your favorite Disney merchandise.
That sounds like a dream come true for Disney fans of all ages.
Yeah.
What about other industries? Are there examples of immersive reality being used in more practical ways?
Sure. So Porsche has partnered with Meta to use the Quest 3 headset for virtual product showcases.
Okay.
This allows potential buyers to experience the car's design features and even take it for a virtual test drive, all from the comfort of their own homes.
So instead of visiting a dealership, I can check out the latest Porsche model from my living room.
That's the idea.
That's pretty slick. Are there any other examples from the automotive world?
Mercedes-Benz is using NVIDIA's Omniverse platform to create digital twins of its factories and assembly lines. This allows them to simulate the entire production process in the virtual world, identify bottlenecks, and optimize operations before implementing changes in the real world.
It seems like digital twin technology has the potential to revolutionize a wide range of industries, not just manufacturing. Now let's move on to the foundations of the digital economy: cloud and edge computing. These technologies are often mentioned together, but what exactly are they and how do they work together?
So the cloud has become essential for businesses of all sizes, providing access to powerful computing resources on demand. It's like having a giant virtual data center that you can tap into whenever you need it. Edge computing, on the other hand, brings data processing closer to the source, whether that's a smartphone, a car, or a factory floor.
So it's like a dynamic duo with the cloud providing centralized power and the edge extending that power to the furthest reaches of the network.
Exactly. And this combination is incredibly powerful.
Okay.
For example, the cloud can be used to train complex AI models, while the edge allows those models to be deployed in real-time applications where low latency is crucial.
It sounds like they're working together to bring AI to life, not just in the digital realm, but in the physical world as well.
Yeah.
Are there any real-world examples of this convergence in action?
Sure. So McDonald's has partnered with Google Cloud to leverage edge computing for its mobile app, self-service kiosks, and equipment monitoring.
Interesting.
By processing data closer to the source, McDonald's can optimize operations, personalize customer experiences, and even predict equipment failures before they occur.
So edge computing is helping McDonald's serve up burgers and fries more efficiently.
You could say that.
I love that. But even with all the benefits, there must be challenges associated with implementing cloud and edge computing.
Of course.
Yeah.
One challenge is the complexity of managing these distributed systems.
Okay.
You need specialized hardware, software, and expertise to make sure everything works together seamlessly.
And what about the cost? Is it expensive to implement cloud and edge computing?
Well, the cost can vary depending on the specific application and the scale of the deployment.
Yeah.
But in many cases, the benefits outweigh the costs. For example, cloud computing can help businesses save money on IT infrastructure,
Right.
while edge computing can reduce latency and improve efficiency.
It sounds like a balancing act, weighing the costs and benefits to find the right solution. What other challenges should companies be aware of?
Another challenge is security.
Okay.
As data moves between the cloud and the edge, it's important to ensure that it's protected at every point along the way.
Right.
Companies need to implement robust security measures, including encryption access controls and intrusion detection systems.
Data security is always a top concern, especially as we become more reliant on these interconnected systems. Now let's shift our focus to a technology that's both mind-boggling and potentially revolutionary: quantum technologies. What exactly is quantum computing and why is it such a big deal?
Well, quantum computing has, been shrouded in mystery for years, but in recent times we've seen significant advancements that are bringing it closer to practical applications.
Okay.
While still in its early stages, it has the potential to revolutionize fields like medicine materials, science, and cryptography.
What makes quantum computing so different from the computers we use today? Why is everyone so excited about it?
Well, traditional computers use bits,
Right.
which can be either 0 or 1. Quantum computers, on the other hand, use qubits, which can be in a superposition of both states simultaneously. This allows them to perform calculations exponentially faster than classical computers for certain types of problems.
Exponentially faster.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like a game changer. What are some of the potential applications that could benefit from this incredible speed?
Imagine designing new drugs, developing groundbreaking materials, or cracking complex encryption codes in a fraction of the time it would take today.
Wow.
That's the promise of quantum computing.
It sounds almost too good to be true. Are there any real-world examples of quantum technologies being applied today? Where can we see this technology in action?
So HSBC, the global banking giant, has partnered with a quantum computing startup called Quantinuum to explore applications in financial services.
Okay.
They're investigating how quantum algorithms can be used to improve risk analysis, portfolio optimization, and fraud detection.
So quantum computing is coming for Wall Street.
Potentially.
Yes, that's fascinating.
Yeah.
What other industries are exploring the potential of this technology?
On the security front, Apple has upgraded its iMessage encryption to use post-quantum cryptography.
Okay.
This means they're already preparing for a future where even the most sophisticated encryption could be broken by quantum computers.
So they're building a quantum-proof shield to protect our messages.
That's the idea.
That's pretty impressive.
Wow.
What other developments should we be watching for in the quantum realm?
Researchers around the world are working on building quantum communication networks,
Okay.
which would allow information to be transmitted using the principles of quantum mechanics. This would make it virtually impossible to intercept or eavesdrop on communications.
So it's the ultimate secure communication channel.
That's the goal.
That's a game changer for governments, businesses, and anyone who needs to keep their communications private. It sounds like we're entering a new era of digital security powered by the mind-boggling principles of quantum mechanics. Now let's shift gears and talk about another technology that's both a source of fascination and fear, the future of robotics. Are robots going to take over the world?
Well, robots have been a staple of science fiction for decades, but, in recent years, they've moved from the realm of fantasy to become an increasingly integral part of our lives. We're seeing a shift from traditional industrial robots, which are typically large and stationary, to more flexible and collaborative robots known as cobots.
Cobots. Are those robots that wear tiny lab coats and help scientists with their experiments?
Not quite, but they are designed to work alongside humans,
Okay.
assisting with tasks that require dexterity, precision, and problem-solving skills. It's not about robots replacing humans, but about robots and humans working together to achieve more.
So it's about augmentation, not replacement. Where are we seeing cobots being used today? What industries are embracing this collaborative approach to robotics?
Cobots are being used in industries like electronics manufacturing to handle delicate components,
Okay.
assist with assembly tasks, and perform quality inspections. They're also being used in healthcare to assist surgeons during complex procedures and in logistics to help workers move and sort packages.
It sounds like cobots are becoming valuable members of the workforce, bringing their unique capabilities to a wide range of tasks. What about service robots? Are those the robots that are starting to appear in our homes, hospitals, and restaurants?
Yes, service robots are designed to interact with people and perform tasks that are typically done by humans. We're seeing service robots being used to deliver packages, assist with medical procedures, clean rooms, and even prepare food.
So it's not just about convenience anymore. Robots are starting to perform tasks that require a higher level of skill and intelligence. What's driving this evolution in robotics? What are the technological advancements that are making these sophisticated robots possible?
Advancements in artificial intelligence sensors and material science are all contributing to the development of more capable and versatile robots. AI is allowing robots to learn and adapt to new situations, while improved sensors give them a better understanding of their environment.
It sounds like we're on the cusp of a robotic revolution.
Yeah.
What are some of the most exciting developments in robotics that we should be watching for? What are the companies and researchers pushing the boundaries of what's possible?
One of the most intriguing developments is the emergence of humanoid robots, which are designed to look and move like humans.
Okay.
Companies like Figure and Boston Dynamics are developing humanoid robots that can walk, climb stairs, and interact with objects in a human-like way.
I can already picture them starring in the next sci-fi blockbuster.
Yeah.
But seriously, what are the practical applications of humanoid robots? Where might we see them being used in the real world?
They have the potential to revolutionize industries like manufacturing, logistics, and healthcare. For example, BMW has partnered with Figure to deploy humanoid robots in its manufacturing plants, where they'll work alongside human employees to perform tasks like welding, painting, and assembly.
So it's like a futuristic assembly line with humans and robots collaborating to build cars. What other examples are there?
In the energy sector, Chevron has been using Boston Dynamics spot robots to inspect oil and gas facilities, collect data, and perform maintenance tasks in hazardous environments.
It sounds like robots are venturing into places where it might be dangerous or difficult for humans to go, taking on tasks that are too risky or too tedious for us. What other applications are on the horizon for humanoid robots?
In the food industry, Sweetgreen has acquired a robotics company called Smice, and is now using kitchen robots to prepare meals in some of its restaurants.
Robot chefs. That's a novel concept. I wonder if the food tastes any different when it's prepared by a robot. What are the potential benefits of using robots in the kitchen?
Well, robots can work with speed, precision, and consistency, which can help to improve efficiency, reduce food waste, and ensure food safety.
It sounds like the future of robotics is all about collaboration, versatility, and pushing the boundaries of what's possible. What are your thoughts on the potential impact of robots on society?
Robotics has the potential to transform our world in profound ways, both for better and for worse.
Sure.
It's important to have open and honest conversations about the ethical implications of robotics and to ensure that these technologies are developed and used responsibly.
That's a crucial point.
Hmm.
Technology is a powerful tool, and it's up to us to ensure that it's used for good. Now let's shift gears and explore another transformative trend, the future of mobility. What does the world of transportation look like in the age of self-driving cars, electric vehicles, and flying taxis?
Well, the future of mobility is about reimagining transportation,
Okay.
making it safer, more efficient, more sustainable, and more accessible. We're seeing a convergence of technological advancements and evolving societal needs that are driving a radical transformation in the way we move people and goods.
Sounds like a tall order. What are some of the key trends shaping this mobility revolution? Where should we be focusing our attention?
Autonomous vehicles, or AVs, are at the forefront of this transformation.
Right.
We're talking about self-driving cars, trucks, and even buses that can navigate roads and highways without human intervention.
Self-driving cars, the stuff of dreams.
Yeah.
But are they really going to become a reality anytime soon? What are the challenges that need to be overcome before we see self-driving cars on every street corner?
Well, they're already on our roads, albeit in limited form.
Okay.
Companies like Waymo and Cruise are operating robotaxi services in cities like San Francisco and Phoenix,
Okay.
while autonomous trucking companies are conducting pilot programs on highways across the U.S.
So the technology is advancing rapidly, but there are still hurdles to overcome.
Right.
What are the biggest obstacles standing in the way of widespread adoption of self-driving vehicles?
Well, there are regulatory hurdles, safety concerns, and public acceptance to consider. People need to feel confident that these vehicles are safe and reliable, and regulators need to establish clear guidelines for their operation.
It's a complex issue with a lot of moving parts. What about electric vehicles? They seem to be gaining momentum with more and more models hitting the market. Are EVs the future of personal transportation?
EVs are definitely a crucial part of the mobility revolution.
Okay.
Offering a cleaner and more sustainable alternative to gas-powered cars, governments around the world are incentivizing EV adoption through subsidies and tax breaks, and automakers are investing heavily in electric vehicle development.
It seems like the electric car is no longer a niche product, but is rapidly becoming mainstream.
Yeah, I think that's right.
What are the key advancements that are driving this shift towards electric mobility?
Advancements in battery technology are a major factor.
Okay.
Batteries are becoming more efficient, longer lasting, and less expensive, making EVs a more practical and affordable option for consumers.
And what about the infrastructure? Are there enough charging stations to support a large-scale transition to electric vehicles?
Well, that's an area that's still developing.
Sure.
We need to invest in building out a robust charging infrastructure to ensure that people can easily charge their EVs wherever they go.
It's like the chicken and egg problem. People are hesitant to buy EVs without enough charging stations, and companies are hesitant to build charging stations without enough EVs on the road. How do we break this cycle?
It's a tough one. Governments and private companies need to work together to create incentives and invest in the necessary infrastructure to support the transition to electric mobility.
Yeah.
It's a collective effort that will require collaboration and innovation.
But what about those flying taxis we keep hearing about? Are they just a futuristic fantasy, or is there real potential for urban air mobility?
Well, urban air mobility, or UAM, is another exciting trend that's capturing our imaginations.
Absolutely.
We're talking about electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft, or eVTOLs, which are essentially flying taxis that can transport people and goods within urban environments.
eVTOLs. That sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie.
What are the advantages of eVTOLs over traditional helicopters or airplanes?
They're designed to be quieter, more efficient, and more environmentally friendly than traditional aircraft.
Okay.
They can take off and land vertically, which means they don't need runways, and they can operate in congested urban environments.
So no noisy helicopters buzzing overhead and no need for large airports in the middle of cities.
That's the idea.
That's pretty impressive. Are there any real-world examples of UAM in action? Where might we see these flying taxis taking to the skies?
Joby Aviation has partnered with Dubai's Road and Transport Authority to launch an air taxi service in the city by 2026.
So Dubai is going to be a real-life futuristic city with flying taxis zipping through the air.
Yeah, it seems that way.
I can't wait to see that. What other developments are happening in the UAM space?
Joby Aviation has also become the first AV-tail developer to complete the third stage of the FAA's type certification process,
Okay.
which is a significant step towards commercial operation in the U.S. It sounds like UAM is gaining momentum, with both technological advancements and regulatory approvals paving the way for a future where we can hail a flying taxi just as easily as we hail a car today.
Yeah, I think that's the goal.
What are some of the challenges that need to be addressed before UAM becomes a widespread reality?
Safety is a top concern, of course.
Sure.
We need to ensure that these aircraft are designed, built, and operated to the highest safety standards. We also need to develop a robust air traffic management system to ensure that these aircraft can operate safely in congested airspace.
And what about the noise? Will these flying taxis be as noisy as helicopters, or will they be quieter and less disruptive?
Well, they're designed to be significantly quieter than helicopters, thanks to their electric propulsion systems.
That's good news for anyone who lives or works in an urban environment. It sounds like the future of mobility is going to be incredibly exciting, with a mix of autonomous vehicles, electric vehicles, and even flying taxis changing the way we get around. What are your thoughts on the potential impact of these technologies on our lives?
I think these technologies have the potential to transform our cities, reduce traffic congestion, improve air quality, and make transportation more accessible and affordable for everyone.
It's a vision of a more sustainable and equitable future of transportation. Now let's turn our attention to another frontier that's pushing the boundaries of science and technology, the future of bioengineering.
Mm-hmm.
What exactly is bioengineering, and why is it such a hot topic these days?
Well, bioengineering is a rapidly evolving field that's using the principles of biology, engineering, and computer science to develop solutions to some of humanity's biggest challenges.
Okay.
We're talking about manipulating the building blocks of life. Genes, cells, tissues to create new therapies, sustainable food sources, and even bio-based materials.
We're talking about manipulating the very essence of life.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
It sounds like science fiction, but it's actually happening right now. What are some of the most exciting developments in bioengineering that we should be paying attention to?
One of the most exciting areas is gene editing, with CRISPR technology leading the charge. CRISPR is a powerful tool that allows scientists to precisely cut and edit DNA sequences like a microscopic pair of scissors.
CRISPR. That sounds like something out of a spy movie.
Yeah.
What are the potential applications of this technology?
CRISPR has the potential to cure genetic diseases, develop new therapies, and even enhance crop yields. It's a revolutionary technology that's opening up a world of possibilities in healthcare, agriculture, and beyond.
It sounds like a powerful tool, but one that needs to be used responsibly. What are some of the ethical considerations surrounding gene editing?
Yeah, there are concerns about unintended consequences, the potential for designer babies, and the equitable access to these technologies. It's crucial to have open and honest conversations about the implications of gene editing and to establish clear ethical guidelines for its use.
It's not just about the science, it's about the societal impact as well. We need to ensure that these technologies are used ethically and for the benefit of all. What other fascinating areas of bioengineering are you excited about?
Another area that's rapidly advancing is tissue engineering, which involves growing tissues and organs in the lab. Scientists are using techniques like 3D printing and stem cell technology to create functional organs that could one day be used for transplants.
Lab-grown organs.
Yeah.
That sounds straight out of a Frankenstein movie. What are the potential benefits of this technology?
It could revolutionize organ transplantation, eliminating the need for donor waiting lists and reducing the risk of organ rejection.
Okay.
It could also be used to develop new drugs, test cosmetics, and create personalized models of human diseases for research.
It sounds like tissue engineering is opening up a whole new world of possibilities for healthcare and beyond. What other areas of bioengineering are worth watching?
Bioengineering is also being used to develop sustainable solutions to global challenges.
Okay.
For example, companies are developing alternative proteins like lab-grown meat and plant-based meat substitutes to reduce the environmental impact of traditional animal agriculture.
I've heard about those Impossible Burgers and Beyond sausages.
Yeah.
Are those considered alternative proteins?
Yes, they are. These alternatives offer a more sustainable way to produce protein-rich foods, reducing greenhouse gas emissions, land use, and water consumption.
So we can have our burgers and save the planet too.
That's the idea.
That's a win-win. What other sustainable solutions are being developed through bioengineering?
Researchers are also working on biofuels, biodegradable plastics, and new materials that are stronger and lighter than conventional materials. Bioengineering is playing a crucial role in creating a more sustainable and circular economy.
It sounds like bioengineering is poised to play a major role in shaping a more sustainable future, from the food we eat to the materials we use to the way we treat diseases. It's a truly transformative field that's worth keeping an eye on. Now let's turn our attention to a frontier that's captured our imaginations for centuries, the future of space technologies. What's happening in the final frontier? Are we entering a new golden age of space exploration?
Well, space exploration has always been a source of wonder and inspiration, but in recent years, we've seen a dramatic shift from government-led space programs to a more commercialized and accessible space industry.
Okay, private companies are launching rockets, deploying satellites, and even planning missions to Mars, making space more accessible than ever before. So space is no longer just for astronauts and government agencies. It's becoming a playground for entrepreneurs and innovators.
Exactly. The cost of space travel is decreasing thanks to reusable rockets and other technological advancements, making it possible for more players to enter the game. We're seeing a wave of innovation in space technologies, from more efficient rockets to more sophisticated satellites.
What are some of the key developments shaping the future of space exploration? What should we be most excited about?
One trend is the proliferation of small satellites, often called CubeSats.
Okay.
These are compact, modular satellites that can be launched at a fraction of the cost of traditional satellites.
So it's like the miniaturization of space technology.
Yeah, you could say that.
What are these CubeSats being used for?
Well, they're being used for a wide range of applications, from Earth observation to scientific research to telecommunications. They're making it possible for smaller organizations and even universities to launch their own missions, democratizing access to space.
It's amazing to think that anyone can launch a satellite these days. What other advancements are shaping the future of space exploration?
Remote sensing technologies are becoming increasingly sophisticated, allowing us to collect more data about Earth from space.
Okay.
Satellites can now track weather patterns, monitor deforestation, assess crop health, and even map the ocean floor in unprecedented detail.
It sounds like we're gaining a more comprehensive and detailed view of our planet from space. What are the implications of this data for our understanding of Earth and its systems?
This data is being used to improve weather forecasting, track climate change, manage natural resources, and even predict natural disasters.
Wow.
It's giving us a better understanding of our planet and helping us to make more informed decisions about how to protect it.
It's amazing to see how space technologies are being used to solve problems here on Earth. But it's not just about looking down at Earth. There's still a lot of interest in exploring the cosmos, right? What are the big space missions that are capturing our imaginations these days?
Missions to Mars, the Moon, and beyond continue to capture our imaginations.
Absolutely.
NASA is planning to launch the Artemis missions, which aim to return humans to the Moon and establish a sustainable presence there.
So we might see astronauts walking on the Moon again in our lifetime.
It's possible.
That's incredibly exciting. What are the long-term goals of the Artemis missions?
The Artemis missions are not just about returning to the Moon, they're about laying the groundwork for future missions to Mars and beyond.
Okay.
NASA wants to establish a permanent lunar base that can serve as a stepping stone for human exploration of the solar system.
It sounds like space exploration is entering a new golden age, driven by a mix of government ambition and private sector innovation. What are your thoughts on the future of space exploration? Where do you see this field heading in the next decade or two?
I believe we're on the cusp of a new era of space exploration,
Okay.
one that will be characterized by greater collaboration between nations, the rise of commercial spaceflight, and the development of new technologies that will allow us to explore farther and deeper into the cosmos than ever before.
It's an exciting time to be gazing up at the stars and dreaming of the possibilities. Now let's bring our exploration back down to Earth and focus on a topic that's crucial for our planet's future, a sustainable world. What role does technology play in creating a more sustainable future? How can we harness innovation to address the challenges of climate change, resource depletion, and pollution?
Well, sustainability has become a global imperative.
Sure.
As we grapple with the consequences of human activity on our planet, technology is playing a crucial role in developing solutions that can help us reduce our impact on the environment, conserve resources, and create a more sustainable future for generations to come.
So it's not just about reducing our carbon footprint. It's about using technology to create a more sustainable world in every aspect of our lives. What are some of the key areas where technology is making a difference?
One of the most important areas is electrification and renewable energy.
Okay.
We're talking about solar panels, wind turbines, electric vehicles, and other technologies that can help us transition away from fossil fuels and towards a cleaner and more sustainable energy system.
These technologies are becoming increasingly affordable and efficient, making them a viable alternative to traditional fossil fuels. What are some of the challenges that need to be addressed to accelerate the transition to a clean energy future?
Well, one challenge is the intermittency of renewable energy sources.
Oh,
The
yeah.
sun doesn't always shine and the wind doesn't always blow, so we
Yeah.
need ways to store energy for when these sources are unavailable.
So we need better and more efficient batteries to store energy from renewable sources. What other challenges need to be addressed?
We also need to modernize our electrical grid to make it more efficient and reliable. Our current grid was designed for a centralized energy system,
Right.
where power plants generated electricity that was transmitted over long distances to consumers. We need a smarter grid that can handle the distributed nature of renewable energy sources and the fluctuations in supply and demand that come with them.
It sounds like a complex engineering challenge,
Yeah.
but one that's essential for a sustainable energy future.
Yeah.
What are some of the technologies that are being developed to create a smarter grid?
We're seeing the development of microgrids,
Okay.
which are small-scale, self-contained electrical grids that can operate independently from the main grid.
Mm.
Microgrids can be powered by renewable energy sources, and they can provide greater resilience and reliability in the event of power outages.
So it's like having a backup power system that's also clean and sustainable.
That's the idea.
That's a great idea. What other innovations are happening in the energy space?
Smart meters are another important technology that's enabling a smarter grid. Smart meters can track energy consumption in real time and communicate with utilities, allowing for more efficient energy management and pricing.
It sounds like technology is playing a crucial role in transforming our energy system, making it cleaner, more efficient, and more resilient. Now let's delve deeper into the sustainability realm and explore climate technologies that go beyond just electrification and renewables. What are some of the other technologies that are being developed to address the climate crisis?
So climate change is a complex challenge
Sure.
that requires a multifaceted approach.
Absolutely.
And technology is playing a crucial role in developing innovative solutions that can help us mitigate the impacts of climate change, reduce greenhouse gas emissions, and create a more sustainable future.
We're talking about everything from carbon capture to sustainable agriculture to circular economy practices, right?
hmm
How are these technologies making a difference?
One promising area is carbon capture utilization and storage, or CCUS.
Okay.
This technology involves capturing carbon dioxide emissions from industrial processes and power plants.
Right. Expert. Welcome back to the final part of our deep dive into the future of tech. We've covered a lot of ground, from the mind-blowing potential of AI to the incredible advancements in connectivity, immersive reality, robotics, bioengineering, space technology, and sustainability. It's been an incredible journey, and I feel like we've only scratched the surface of what's possible.
Yeah, it really is remarkable to see how technology is reshaping our world at such a rapid pace. It's both exciting and daunting to think about the possibilities and the challenges that lie ahead.
As we wrap up our exploration of McKinsey's Technology Trends Outlook 2024 report, what are some of the key takeaways for our listeners? What are the big picture trends that are going to shape the technological landscape in the years to come?
One of the most important takeaways is that technology is becoming increasingly interconnected. We're seeing a convergence of different technologies such as AI, connectivity, and cloud computing that are creating entirely new possibilities.
It's like a symphony of technology with different instruments coming together to create something truly harmonious and powerful. What does this convergence mean for businesses and individuals? How should we be preparing for this new era of interconnected technology?
It means that we need to be thinking holistically about technology. We can't just focus on one technology in isolation. We need to understand how different technologies interact and how they can be used together to create solutions to complex problems.
So it's not just about being tech savvy. It's about being tech-wise, understanding the bigger picture and the interconnected nature of technology. What other key takeaways should our listeners keep in mind?
Another important takeaway is that the pace of technological change is only going to accelerate. We're living in an era of exponential growth where new technologies are emerging and evolving faster than ever before.
It's like we're riding a technological roller coaster that's constantly picking up speed. How can we stay ahead of the curve and make sure we're not left behind?
We need to be lifelong learners, constantly updating our skills and knowledge to keep pace with the latest advancements. We also need to be adaptable and embrace change, recognizing that the jobs and industries of today may not exist in the same form tomorrow.
It's a call to action, to be proactive, to be curious, and to be constantly learning and growing. What other insights would you like to share with our listeners as we wrap up this deep dive?
I would encourage listeners to think about the ethical implications of technology. As technology becomes more powerful, it's important to consider how it will impact our lives, our society, and our planet.
Technology is a tool, and like any tool, it can be used for good or for ill. It's up to us to ensure that it's used responsibly and ethically. What questions should we be asking ourselves as we navigate this rapidly changing technological landscape?
We should be asking ourselves questions like, what are the potential benefits and risks of this technology? How will it impact our jobs, our relationships, and our communities? How can we ensure that it's used to create a more just, equitable, and sustainable world?
These are important questions to ponder, and they remind us that technology is not just about gadgets and gizmos, it's about people and the future we want to create. As we conclude our deep dive, what's one final thought-provoking question you would like to leave our listeners with?
I would ask them to consider which of the technologies we've discussed today they believe will have the most profound impact on their lives in the years to come.
That's a great question to reflect on. It encourages us to think critically about the role of technology in our lives and to imagine the possibilities that lie ahead. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive into the future of technology. It's been an incredible journey, and I hope you've gained some valuable insights and are feeling inspired to embrace the possibilities that technology holds.
It's been a pleasure sharing these insights with you and your listeners. I'm excited to see what the future holds for technology and how we can use it to create a better world for everyone.
And remember, stay curious, stay informed, and keep exploring. We'll be back soon with another deep dive into a fascinating topic. Until then, keep those brains buzzing.